I'm here at the Windy City Major with Dan Shelley. It's such an honor. It's nice to have you.
Thank
We
you.
have some exciting news going on, but let's introduce you to the crowd first. So, Dan Shelley, tell me about your history here in paintball.
Yeah, it's it's a pretty wide history. I started playing paintball like many people back when I was a kid. Got into the sport, went to the tournament scene, and then like a lot of us, life happened. Went to college, and I just stopped playing for 15 years. But I never stopped being a fan of the sport. And I moved all around the country. I finally made it down here to Austin, Texas, or down to Austin, Texas, where I am. And I was like, man, I really miss playing. Like I miss that itch. And I happened to jump on Google. I'm like, where's fields nearby? There's a field on my same street, 10 minutes from me. Like,
The
okay.
newest protein.
And the newest pro team, Austin Notorious. And so
Yeah.
like all the moons were lining up, and I got all the gear, got back out there with hopes to like jump on their D5 line. After a few practices, I realized my body wasn't what it used to be.
Are you getting old?
Definitely getting old. Yeah. So after practices, like the heating pad was out there, and my recovery time just wasn't what it used to be.
Wasn't the same, sure.
And so I knew I still wanted to be involved in the sport somehow. And I was like, I started thinking back to, well, what did I miss when I was a kid? And I started to look back at Facebook. I'm like, man, I have no pictures of me when I was playing. I think
Facebook wasn't even around.
exactly right. And so I texted my mom and I was like, hey, do we have any pictures of me playing? And she sent me like three or four pictures of like the point and shoots that you throw away. And it's the net, it's all blurry. You can't even tell it's me. And so I'm like, well, maybe I can get back to the sport and I can create memories for other players. And so I got on the field with my iPhone, started taking pictures, and I was like, well, this is cool, but the iPhone's not going to cut it.
Sure.
And then so a week before the first NXL event, Amanda, my fiance, and I, we were out at an Airbnb, and we were talking about like this crazy paintball thing of like, hey, I think there's an opportunity here for us to have some fun adventures. And she was like, yeah, let's go for it. And so literally that week, I ordered a camera. We drove to Florida, and that was my first time ever on a paintball field with a camera.
Sure.
And it's exploded since.
Yeah, so a lot of you don't know what he does behind the scenes, but he's always on the pro field. You can follow his photography at Shelley Photos on Instagram. You got the Pro Media jersey on, so lots of times we don't know it's actually you out there. You got your mask on,
Yeah.
but you've been doing a lot for the sport this year, and I think it's important to highlight that. But I think it's important what you're saying. You want to give back to the sport.
Yeah.
So tell me where you came up with this idea. So he's going to be launching this book. It's now on Amazon Prime for pre-order right now for, I believe, $24.99.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's actually going to launch at World Cup, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
And I think your demographic is so important to the sport too. Giving back, 'cause we need to build our demographics from the bottom up.
That's it.
So this book's meant for 4 to 8 year olds. Not saying it can't be for other things, but how cool to give back to the kid.
Yeah, so you're spot on. When I think of like the sport and where we're going, we're all getting pretty old, right? And so I keep hearing like the median age of paintball just keeps increasing, and we're doing great things in the sport already by having like the 50 caliber and having gel blaster in the sport. But I was thinking there's an untapped market like even before that, and I just was walking around at these events and I saw younger kids who didn't really have anything to do, like that 3 to 4 to 5 year old range. Then I was thinking, man, like, I'm a stepdad. When I come home on Sundays, like, I can't tell the kids about like what I do.
Sure.
Because like I have welts all over and it can kind of sound scary. And so I was like, this is a great way where we can introduce paintball in a fun environment for kids. It's got a pretty cool story about a character named Cooper who goes through a journey of trying out for Dynasty. The tryout doesn't go as planned. And throughout the story, Cooper taps into his inner dragon. And I won't spoil it, but we all, if we tap into our inner dragon, like you can do great things. And after I got done writing it, I kind of reflected back. I was like, wow, like I kind of went through that same journey where like I was nervous with getting back into the sport and stepping onto the pro field to take photos. And it's like, wait, I tapped into my inner dragon and made that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so yeah, I really hope that we can get this book into some really young kids' hands. That way, on Sunday nights or Saturday nights, parents can now continue paintball outside of the field and teach their kids at a young age, like, hey, it's a great sport, it's fun, it's exciting, and maybe some kids will also get attached to Cooper and come out.
Absolutely. What a relatable story. I don't believe in coincidences. I know you said that all your moons aligned, but
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I believe this is your time.
Yeah.
So where else can I find this other than Amazon Prime right now? Where will I be able to find it in the future?
Yeah, great question. So this is going to be on Dynasty's website, and also on BFP Gear. They're going to have signed copies of this at some point. The official launch date is the Friday at World Cup, November 9th, I think.
Okay.
Around there is the official day. We're going to have actual copies at the event as well, signed copies. But yeah, so stay tuned to Dynasty's website, BFP Gear's website, and then Amazon right now for pre-order.
And then I don't want to ruin it, but your headband, you said, I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything about this, but tell me a little bit about that headband if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing this. I guess I can talk about it. Sorry, Hormesis, if I'm not supposed to. So part of working with this book and collaborating with Ryan Greenspan and Alex Raggi of Dynasty and Hormesis is we wanted to do something else for kids. And so coming out at World Cup, we're doing an exclusive headband.
Oh, look, there's a dragon on it.
Yeah, so this is the same dragon that the actual character Cooper and Ryan wear in the story.
Okay.
And so it's cool to, kids are going to be able to see that headband and then also
And correlate it to real life.
And then maybe when they get on the field, they'll be able to actually wear the headband as well. And it's a nice tie for them. So yeah, spoiler alert, we have a headband coming out at World Cup. I think we're doing a pretty big run of them, so we'll have a lot for kids as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dan, so much for your story and coming back and giving back to paintball.
Pleasure.
I need more people like you in our sport.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
All right, so look out for this book coming to you at World Cup. Go get your copy now on Amazon Prime.